Welcome to The Explainer. We're jumping right into one of the biggest questions out there. When it comes to AI, are we headed for a miracle or a massive mistake?
And that quote from the UK government's report really hits the nail on the head. We are standing at a crossroads with AI. The future is just full of uncertainty. It's packed with incredible promise, but also some really profound risks.
So, by 2030, our world is going to look different because of AI. The big question is, will it be for the better or for the worse? To really get a handle on this, let's break down the two powerful competing visions for our AI future.
All right, first up, the promise. This is the utopian vision, the one where AI becomes this amazing tool that helps us solve some of our biggest, hairiest problems.
So, the folks who are really championing AI, they see a future with these huge leaps forward. We're talking about our quality of life, the health of the planet, the whole shebang. And this isn't just about, having a smarter smartphone. It's about fundamentally redesigning our world for the better. Okay, let's talk healthcare, because the changes here could be absolutely massive. I mean, just imagine this, a world where medicine isn't one size fits all. Instead, treatments are tailored specifically to your DNA. And get this, transplant wait lists? Gone, because we could just 3D print a new organ on demand. Plus, AI could help us find life-saving drugs in a fraction of the time it takes now. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff. And it doesn't stop with healthcare. The promise of AI really stretches into every single corner of our lives. Think about it. Self-driving cars could totally transform our cities. Imagine all that space we use for parking lots just freed up. Or smart energy grids managed by AI that could make blackouts a thing of the past. Even in our homes, right? AI companions helping with elder care, or AI tutors that adapt to how you learn. It's all about making life easier and more accessible for everyone.
Now, I know what you're thinking. What about jobs? It's a huge question. Well, the optimistic take is that AI isn't here to take everyone's job. The idea is that it'll replace tasks, not entire careers. It's supposed to handle the boring, repetitive stuff, freeing us humans up to do what we do best. Be creative, think strategically, the fun stuff.
Okay, so that's the dream. But for every bright promise, there's a potential shadow. A much darker future that a lot of experts are sounding the alarm about right now.
And this really is the question, isn't it? The one that keeps scientists and ethicists awake at night. Are we building a better world, or are we accidentally building the perfect trap? Could the very same tools that promise a utopia actually be laying the groundwork for a dystopia?
So check this out. Elon University did a survey of AI experts, the people who know this stuff inside and out, and a whopping 68% of them, 68%, were pessimistic about our AI future. So what's their number one fear? It's this. They believe that by 2030, ethical principles just won't be baked into most of the AI systems we're using every day. Think about that. The people who know AI best are seriously worried that the rush for profit and power is just going to steamroll any concern for the public good. They're afraid we're building these incredibly powerful systems without the moral compass, the ethical guardrails, to keep them in check. So remember that rosy picture we painted about AI just replacing tasks and not jobs? Well, reality might have other plans. A recent OECD study paints a much starker picture. It found that 27% of jobs are at a high risk of being automated away entirely. We're talking especially about white-collar administrative roles.
And look, the risks go way beyond just job losses. We're also talking about AI systems that can actually amplify human biases. Imagine an AI making unfair hiring or loan decisions because it was trained on biased data. Then there's the whole misuse problem, malicious actors using AI for super sophisticated scams or cyber attacks. You've also got this massive concentration of power, with just a few tech giants controlling everything. And maybe the creepiest part is the black box problem. An AI makes a huge, life-altering decision about you, and we have no way of knowing why.
Okay, so with all of this on the line, the really critical question is, who's in charge here? Who gets to choose which path we go down? Because the future we end up with is being decided right now in this battle for control over the technology.
And this brings us to a really core tension. It's basically a tug-of-war between two ideas. On one side, you've got controlled access. Think big tech companies building super powerful AI behind closed doors. On the other side, you've got open access, where the technology is out in the wild, open source, for anyone to use and innovate on.
And there's a huge trade-off with both. With controlled access, you get more powerful and maybe safer AI since it's all managed in one place. But it puts an immense amount of power into very few hands. Open access, on the other hand, is great for innovation and spreads the power out. But the risk of it being misused by bad actors, that goes way, way up. So when you ask people who should be in charge of making sure this is all safe, the answer is pretty clear. The public feels like it's the government's job. They're not waiting for tech companies to police themselves. They expect regulators to step up and lay down the law.
But it's not just about the government. While people expect them to lead the charge, it's more like a shared responsibility. Think of it like a pyramid. Government's at the top, sure, but below them you've got the companies using AI, the schools teaching the next generation of developers, and yeah, even us as individuals. Everybody has a part to play in making sure this future is safe and ethical.
All right, let's bring this all together. At the end of the day, we're looking at two very, very different roads into the future. It's a choice, really, between a kind of technological paradise and a digital nightmare.
And these two images really capture that choice perfectly, don't they? On one hand, you have this vision of a green, efficient, AI-powered world. And on the other, this stark symbol of jobs and livelihoods at risk. It's the promise versus the peril. Right there.
So here's the most important thing to remember. The future of AI is not some pre-written story that's just going to happen to us. It's not like the weather. It's something we are actively building right now with the choices we make today. The laws we write, the technologies we invest in, the ethical standards we demand, all of it matters. So you can think of it like this. Our artificially intelligent children are coming. And the really big question is, how are we going to raise them? The policies we create, the values we program into them right now, that's what's going to determine whether they grow up to help us or to harm us. The choice, ultimately, is ours to make.